Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Man, my hair ain't all that. I gotta pick out my hair. Oh boy. This is what you call I didn't pick my hair out. So good morning, everybody. Good evening. My name is Nick. I am the local South Florida Uber driver. I'm local just because you never really know where I'm gonna be in the next couple days, months, years. As I pick my hair out. But obviously, y'all know I primarily work the South Florida market. I'm sorry, my hair was just looking kind of crazy. And I know I'm gonna get some strongly worded text messages, so my bad. All right, so now we better. We back to being decent, somewhat. But good morning, everybody. Um, Good morning, everybody. So I've been hearing a lot that Uber is dead. You can't make no money. You can't really do what you need to do. A lot of people have been complaining. And y'all know that ain't this channel. We don't complain over here. We just adapt and make money. That's what we do over here. We don't talk about how bad it is. And, you know, woe is me. We get out here, we make it work, and we pay our bills because that's what's most important. So shout out to everybody that is tuned into this video because that's probably what you do. Sure, if it was all perfect, if everything was all beautiful, then everybody would do it. That just makes sense. Everybody would do it. If this was the easiest thing that you could be doing, everybody would be doing it. But it's not. It's only for certain people. Certain people, by when I say certain people, I mean it's because you got to be willing to get out here and get it. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot about how bad Uber is. Still come out here and make 200, $300 a day. It may not be how you want it, but it's just the point that you can. That is how I look at it. Well, a lot of people that I know look at it like that. Um, because this is a different type of opportunity. In the sense of what opportunity, as I always say, I always bring this statement up. So forgive me if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you watched a couple videos, then you already know what I'm gonna say. Where else can you go and make the type of money that you can make on Uber by just hitting the button and taking people? Where else can you go that you can do that? What other opportunity can you just turn the app on and make money? And when I say Uber, I'm obviously referring more so to gig opportunities. But where else can you go? People still have told me, and I always got to preface it with legally. Legally, where else can you go to make $100, $200 right now? Come on, chat. Y'all tell me. Anybody in the comments, anybody watching this video, give me out some legal options right now. Legal options. Legal options to make $100, $200 right now that you can make in 400. And I mean, I'm sorry, you can do it in 4 5 hours. Legal options. Anybody got them? Legal options to make $100, $200 today. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about next week. I'm not talking about next month. I'm talking about right now. What else can you do legally? I always gotta say legally because I know you're gonna say selling drugs. Everybody always tells me, "Oh, I could just go sell drugs." Okay, so if you can sell drugs, can you give me $1? All right, give me $1. Where else can you go legally and make $100, $200 today, right now? You ain't gotta buy nothing extra because most people have a car. Most people. Now, yeah, I understand if you don't have a car. All right, cool. It's gonna cost you some money, but most people have a car in this day and age, at least here in America. Now, if you talking about in the third world, a different type of country, can't talk about that. Here in America, most people have a car. If you don't have a car, you can always rent, like what I do. Oh, I technically don't have a car. There's no excuses, but I'm just trying to keep it as general as possible. Let's say you are the average American. The average American makes between $30,000 and $50,000 a year. Average American has a vehicle. The average American obviously has a car over their head. Again, I said average. I know you're gonna say, but my Joe Blow so and so makes 100,000. Cool. The average American makes between $30,000 and $50,000, and the average American has a car. Especially down here in South Florida. If you live down here in South Florida, most likely you have a car. And that's the first. We most of us have cars at like 15, 16. I didn't, but most people have cars at 15, 16. Especially when you get 18, 20. You know what I'm saying? Like it's when you become an adult, you definitely have a car. Most people. In my case, I didn't have my car until I was like 25, 24. Yeah, so I took the bus. But I'm just saying, most people have a car by 25. Most Americans. I always got to keep it really generic because, but my friend, okay. So again, the general question is, what can you do right now, today, that you can make 100, 200, $300 today outside of selling drugs? Have people that would say, "Oh man, okay, jump in the truck. Jump in the truck if you want to. You got to have a CDL." Oh no, but you could do it. No, you can't. Don't listen to him. You have a CDL to be able to jump in the truck. Okay, so I used to have people that was like, "Oh, well, you could go into sales." Yeah, if you're talking about commission based sales, yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. Well, or you can say, okay, so I already knocked that out. Or you could say, yeah, you could invest in the stock market. True, true. And I give you that. You can invest you can make an investment. And it's the only real option that you have to make $100, $200 today, right now. Now, obviously, if we're gonna go through that, if we're gonna say that that's one of the best options, investments are risky. That's the point. That's the whole reason why you can make so much. You have so much potential to make money is because it's risky. It means that it's possible that you can make the money, but it's also possible and more likely that you're going to lose the money. So, do you want to make the money? Do you want to lose the money? Right now, today, again, if you're just tuning in, it's just a simple question. I'm just asking a very simple question because I like to be very truthful and honest. I like to be realistic. My channel is not one where I'm going to sugarcoat it because I don't sugarcoat it for myself. I'm a real driver. I've been a real driver for the last 5 years. I've been an Uber driver for the last 5 years. Is this my career? Is this going to be what I do forever? No, but for at least for the last 5 years, it has definitely been my career. It has paid all of my bills. Before that, I used to work for a bank. Before that, I was in sales. Before that, I did a bunch of different jobs, mostly in hospitality. You name it in hospitality, I did it. I've been in corporate America. I've been in non-corporate America, if that makes sense. I've done jobs that you probably would have looked down on, done jobs that you probably would have looked up to. It is what it is. Today I am here. So I ask all of this with the understanding that what name a job that you can do, name a way that you can make $100, $200 right now. Legally. Legally. And nobody really can give me an answer. Generally, people say get in the truck, which you need a CDL, which is a requirement. You can't do it today if you don't have a CDL. Sure, if you have a CDL, that's just like me saying, well, you can sell an insurance policy. Okay, yeah, but most people don't have an insurance license. So it kind of weeds out a lot of people, right? That's like me saying, yeah, you can sell a stock. But if you're not a stockbroker, you get what I'm saying? Or go to work as a doctor. But if you haven't been through med school, it's a requirement. Or go get a court case. Again, if you're not already a lawyer, there's a stepping stone that you have to pass. Nobody can just come off the street and be a lawyer. Nobody can just come off the street and be a stockbroker. You have to follow the procedure. You got to get your licenses and stuff like that legally. Legally, you can practice medication right now. I can tell you, listen, oh, you got that rash on your arm. You know what? Let me prescribe you some medication. But is that legal? Would you really trust me? I don't know. If you trust me, then okay, all right. Shout out to you. If I don't have any certifications or nothing like that, okay, cool. I'm not saying that holistic medication isn't good, but it's just the point. There's a process, is what I'm more so saying. There's a process that you got to go through for most things. Being an Uber driver, all you got to do is have a vehicle. And you really don't have age. Strictly talking about the United States. I can't talk about other countries because I don't know other countries. In the United States, most people have a driver's license. And because most people have a driver's license, most people they have a car, especially down here in South Florida. Because our bus system sucks. Our public transportation sucks. Here in Miami, yeah, the bus system sucks. My bad, I haven't been reading the comments. What's up? My bad, my bad, my bad. Mr. Z edits, what's up? What's up? What's up, sir? Good morning. Ninja Slime, what's up, Ninja? Thank you for stopping by. Connecticut State Land. Connecticut says, may the great spirit's wisdom guide your path. May harmony dwell within your heart, and unity bind you to all life, protecting your spirit always. All right, shout out to you. Yeah. Right. Um, I'm not gonna call 850 says, hey man, what's up, 850? Listen, I can't call another man. I'm secure in my masculinity, but it's just kind of crazy to call you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. Listen, I salute you, brother, but that's just wild. That's just wild to say the rest of your name. So, what's up, 850? I can't call another man like that. Maybe my son, but I ain't got that yet. So it's kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of wild. Ryan, what's up, good brother? What's up? What's up? Thank you again for stopping by. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just saying that's wild. Like, yeah, that's wild. Again, I'm secure about who I am, but that's just wild. But shout out to you. uh, what's up, Muhammad? Uh, Muhammad says, how much can you make in a day? It depends. It depends. I mean, it depends on you. How much can I make? How much do I need? I can make whatever I need. I can make $500. I can make $1,000. It depends. So much. What's you got to give more to the question. You can't just say how much can I make. You got to give me the market. You got to give me the time. Like you got to. It has to be more to that question. It depends on you. In other words, that's the answer. You see how like generic that answer is? That's because there's no real context. That's what I'm saying. Um, A50 says, good morning. Hey, what's up, bro? Good morning. Good morning to you too. Ryan says, any tips on curry? Just opened up in my market. Curry is curry. Curry's weird. All I can recommend is just like what I do with Uber, take as many offers as you can, and you'll start to see where the better places are. Um, it's no real. To be honest, with Curry, it's no real strategy in that sense. Like it's hard to explain because you're not guaranteed offers with Curry. Um, and the offers come at weird times. Yeah, like you gotta figure out when the busy season is, if that makes sense. And then yeah, when you figure out when the busy, so in other words, okay, so real easy. I say it like this, Ryan. Basically, you want to take every offer so you start to understand where the offers come from. So for me, in my market down here, majority of what I do is I deliver paint. So I'm delivering paint from like Sherwin Williams, PG, those types of places. And I'm delivering it to construction sites. Uh, Majority of what I do. But I can't speak. Their orders as well. Majority of what you're doing site for my level. Again, I just have a Model 3, so I'm just at the car level. So the SUV level it'll be way different. Probably, and like I tell everybody else, it's probably way more money. So again, I don't know if you. I'm trying to answer your question as best as I can, man. But yeah, so it could be more money if you have an SUV. I would believe so, but again, you're gonna be picking up bigger loads. Um, yeah. And if you have a box truck or something like that, then it's even more money. You get the point. But yeah, basically, I say like learn the areas that you basically pick up from. If it's Ferguson, PPG, whatever the story is, you start learning where you're picking up from. And then from there, it's just about like, okay, cool. Realizing, okay, like for me, I start looking at it like, okay, do I want to do this order for $20 or do I want to wait for a $40 order? Or do I do this $40 order or do I wait for a $100 order? You still to learn your market. Um, that's the best advice that I could give you, but it's no advice like for food delivery. I can tell you 8 to 9:30 is like the best time in the morning for food delivery. 11 to 1 is the best. It's not like that. Curry gives you orders all day, all morning. It's hard to give you advice on curry, bro. If that makes sense. So I'm sorry that wasn't like as conclusive, but you get the point. It's just hard to give you straightforward advice because like right now I haven't gotten the offer in the last couple days, but you just don't know. I just don't know. It's not universal like that. So um my bad, A50. A50 says I, I've been reported as not polite. So what's my opinion? Should I consider doing better in Atlanta, Georgia? No, sir. So yeah, you're gonna get reported. It just is what it is. It's okay. Life goes on. I get reported for being not polite all the time. And it's crazy because it's like everybody I say good morning to, good evening. Everybody I confirm their address, I ask the temperature. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's just gonna be somebody that you can't please. It just is what it is. Let it go. I mean, sure, I care about my rating too. I used to care a whole lot more than I do now, and then I ran into people that just wrecked my rating for no real reason, and now I don't care about my rating. I used to be rated a 4.98, and then I just ran into a spree of people that was just rating me 1 star. I was just like, why am I getting rated 1 star? Like, I'm not a bad driver. For frame of reference, my insight score, the little driving score, I'm a 95 right now. Um, if that makes, if that tells you how I drive, constantly get tipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I keep the music low. There's a lot of things that I do in my car because I'm catering towards the passenger. So when I ran into those issues of 1 stars, I'm like, bro, what am I doing? And I had to take a step back and just realize that there's just some people you can't please. No matter how hard you try, they seen you, they don't like you for whatever reason, or they're just having a bad day and they're gonna take it out on you. That's life. All you can do is minimize it, and that's what I do now. I try to minimize those experiences. So yeah, in other words, I can't really give you any tips because I get reported for it all the time, and it's like, what do you mean I wasn't polite? What did you want me to do? Get back there and give you a hand job? Like what is it that I could have done differently? My job is to take you from point A to point B. If my insight score says that I'm 95 and I ain't got no issues on this past ride, what else was there that I should have done? You know what I'm saying? That's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me using Uber's tools to be with the person. Okay, try not to have arguments badly, but yeah, 99.9% of the people that I take, I have my headphones in. I say good morning, the salutation, good evening. All right, we going to 123 Main Street. Cool. All right, cool. Does the temperature feel okay? Does the radio station feel okay? Got it. That's all I'm really saying in the trip. Now, if they talk to me, then I'll have that conversation. I'll talk, whatever. I'm not like, man, shut up, man. I don't want to talk to you, man. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. They don't talk to me after I say, okay, does the temperature feel okay? Cool. My windows are rolled up, the radio's down. Can't do nothing else. I'm not that crazy. So yeah, what I'm saying is don't put too much emphasis on the fact that they reported you not polite. You can't read people's minds. As you can see how much I just went into detail on that. That's how I used to be like, man, what am I doing wrong? I'm asking people, is the temperature fine? Is the radio station? Is there a different radio station you want me to play? Is that fine? Man, it's too much. It's too much for a 5, 10, $15 ride. No, I'm not getting out and opening your door. That's not my job. You're a grown person. Yeah, older folks, but you get what I'm saying? Like now we doing way too much. We doing way too much. There's yeah, just we get really deep. And it's like I'm not expected to do all of that. Definitely not expected to do all of that. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Get off my finger. Yeah, I'm not expected to do all of that. So my bad, my bad. Uh, yeah, so I've been yep, my bad. So I make average 200 to 250. You're balling. You want to keep your 5.0 stars up. Steven says he got Steven. What's up, brother? What's up, Steven? I'm sorry I went so long on that topic because it's just like Steven knows when I used to get on the radio, it's like I used to freak out over these 1 stars. It's like, bro, what could I have done? Like what should I have done in that situation? But Steven knows I get the crazy people. I used to have to I would have to kick them out. And when you kick them out, obviously it's a 1 star. So it's just like I went through a span of people like that. And So no, I don't care. I don't care less. As Steven says, I talk on the phone during rides. That is the actual progression. So when I first started, I would talk on the phone. I kept the radio low. I'm quiet as a mouse. I'm trying to like not, I wouldn't try to cough in the car because I didn't want them to feel any type of way, like I'm sick. Yeah, man, I don't care, man. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm just trying to get them sick, but like I don't care. I don't care that much, man. You got into my car, first and foremost. If you didn't want to get in my car, you should have canceled the ride. Now I take those liberties. If I play the radio, if I don't want to play pop music all day, I play what radio stations I want to play. I play what music I want to play sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. I don't go crazy. Like if I got a phone call, I answer. I answer now. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to get cussed out. Oh, you don't never answer the phone for me. I called you 5 times and you didn't answer. Yeah, y'all know how y'all peoples be. Yeah. Women, oh, you didn't answer. You didn't answer. It's like, I was in a ride. No, you wasn't. I was in a ride. Like, now I answer the phone. Now I have that conversation. Because you be like, man, I'm trying to do that. Whatever. Yeah, Prime Minister Chris says Biggie that something like a lot of money, like okay, we all know the examples of like what's the dude what's the dude Elvis Presley, the impersonator that used to do it, Elvis Presley. He's making a lot of money. Because he got the sideburns. Man, if I look like Biggie, shoot, you crazy. You crazy. Let me look like a celebrity. Yeah. You know how much free stuff I would get? Man, you crazy. If I look like a celebrity, oh my gosh. Like let me look. I don't care. You can say I look like Lil Boozy. Yeah, because he's a celebrity. Man. You crazy. You think I don't know if you meant that as an insult or something, but listen, I I would love to, I mean, obviously I look like myself, like my parents, so I guess, and if I look like a celebrity, man, you crazy. You're crazy. A50 says I was 4.92. Now I'm down to a 4.88. Yeah, it sucks. Um, you just gotta go into quiet mode. I know it sounds weird, but that's the only thing that you can really do. And you just be quiet. Don't talk to nobody. Keep the music low. Because I'm down to 4.92 with you, so I can't really give you good advice because you got other people that have do way crazier stuff than me. Now like a 4.98. Me, I'm over here trying to cater to the dang passenger, and I'm a 4 point, I'm right there with you, a 4.92. So I don't know. I really can't give you good advice on that because you got people that be driving like 100 miles an hour in the residential, or it's guys in our group that say that they don't play, like so. I try to keep the music general, so pop 40, you know what I'm saying? I do try to stereotype a little bit, like black people, obviously like R&B, hip hop, that type of thing. White people, pop 40. That's like the variation that I do. People like be like, man, listen, I'm gonna play my compa, which is a different type of music, or I'm gonna play my man. Listen, I'm gonna play Future. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play Future with the old white woman in the back. Yeah, like I don't know, but they got a higher rating than I do, so I don't know. I can't tell you how to get your rating up. I know, I don't know. I don't know. That's the weirdest thing. Um, yeah. Steven says, who complains you don't answer? Listen, man. Listen, I get that complaint. I get that complaint. I can't answer that question on stream. I get that complaint. I get that complaint all the time. It's like, listen, I am in a ride. Oh my gosh. Why you? I'm in a ride. It'll be okay. It's not an emergency. But can you call me back? I get that complaint. I definitely get that complaint. Where in America is that? It looks cool. Where I'm at right now. Um, look, I'm in South Florida, so Miami to be exact. I had to think about where I was. My bad. But yeah, so from around you, a very warm and sir. Thank you, sir. Ryan says I'm white and 40. So, like I said, I don't know because I get rated badly for anything. A lady, and this is what I do get rated badly for. I get reported for this. People try to end me when they get in the car and they be like, "Oh, you missed the turn." I'm like, "No, I didn't. You can see the GPS because I'm in a Tesla, so the screen shows the GPS. No, it said turn on the next." I'm like, "You just missed the turn." Yeah, GPS say turn on the next one. Oh my gosh, this is the slower way. So you wanted me to turn back there? Yeah, yeah. Man, you just missing. So let me just make sure here. We're going to 123 Main Street. Yeah, but I was trying to tell you to go this way because it's a faster way. Oh, okay. So you were trying to tell me after we passed the road? Like I'm confused. Do you want me to turn? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just follow the GPS. Then 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, oh my gosh, you missed another turn. Ma'am, like, what do you want me to do? I'm following the GPS. Like, you can see the GPS. So I get those situations, and it's like, man, it's a headache. It's a headache. It's a headache because people act like I'm supposed to know what direction they want to go. When you can see the directions on the screen, I get rated badly all the time for that. It's annoying. I'm gonna just tell you that. See, like, so those are some of my one stars, and it's like, well, okay. So now what I started doing was confirming. Okay, so it's telling me to turn right up here on State Road 7. Is that okay? No, yeah, yeah. Just follow the GPS. Oh, okay. The GPS is telling me to turn left on Town Street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Just follow the GPS. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's what I was doing before, and you had a problem. Like, it's annoying. So I get recently. That's what I've gotten my one stars from. Stuff that I can't control. Like, you know, because I look at it like this: if you can see my GPS, I put my GPS on the screen. I have a Tesla, so the screen is big. I put the GPS on the screen. So if you can see it, all you gotta do is look up here. It's a big screen. Most people be looking up here to see my speed. But you can look up here and see the direction that I'm going. If you look up here and see that I'm gonna turn right on State Road 441, and you don't tell me you want me to turn right on the street before that, I'm gonna turn right. It tells me to turn right. That's just common sense. But I get one star for it because I do it following the directions that got me to your place. Uh, that's what I mean. That's why I say I'm not a good person to tell you how to get back from back up to 4.98 because I haven't been a 4.98 in like 2 years now. It sucks. It sucks. I mean, it sucks in the sense like I would love to say that I'm a worse driver. I'm not. Like I would love to point my finger and be like, "Oh yeah, 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 you do this, so That's why I would think that I'm a better driver because I know the area even better. You know what I'm saying? Like I go back roads now. I didn't used to go back roads. Like I look at I kind of know the area. I know where I'm going now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just whatever. So in other words, you can't get so caught up on your rating. It sucks. I know. You want to get it up. You just gotta go shut up and drive mode, or you rate you for stars when they get up. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, so I am back in South Florida. I kind of it's funny because as much as I've been in Orlando, now I kind of miss Orlando. I'm not gonna lie, I miss Orlando. I miss Orlando because the rides in Orlando. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty bad market. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that you should go to Orlando. I'm saying that I liked it because there were longer rides. Longer rides, I enjoy longer rides. That's why I'm saying that now they're not paying the greatest. I did not say that. I would do $50 for 2 hours of a drive. Again, that's not a great ride. 2 hours, that's basically $25 an hour. But it isn't that great of a drive. But that's a beautiful drive for me. And Orlando has a lot of those drives. You know, Uh, so I kind of miss Orlando. I definitely miss Orlando. I just got down here like yesterday night, and so but it's just the difference is it's still kind of slow down here. It's like really slow down here. Um, I ain't saying that I'm a slouch or anything because I'm already up. What? Think about $50. It's 10 o'clock my time. Started working at like 7, so $50 in 3 hours isn't bad. It's not bad. $50 in 3 hours isn't bad, right? That's not bad. That's what almost. I don't know. That's not bad. It's not incredibly bad, but it's not good. Man. It's not a good thing. But I look at it like in those 2 hours, maybe I could have had another ride. I could have had a long ride. And I'm also so the other thing that I did, as you seen in my last video, I went to Buc-ee's for the first time. Man, why did I know people have told me about Buc-ee's, but like Buc-ee's is awesome. If I really like had, I see why Buc-ee's isn't so close to me. Cause I go broke. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I would be broke. I would really be broke because Buc-ee's is awesome. Buc-ee's is awesome. If you've been to Buc-ee's in the comments, Buc-ee's is awesome. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I know if I had Buc-ee's close to me, I'd be broke every day. Like no questions asked. The sandwich was good. The pecans was good. The fudge was good. They got salted caramel fudge. I be broke. I'm just telling y'all. It's like so down here we have Wawa. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Wawa is my place to go. But if I had a choice, I'm going to Bucky's. Because yeah, Bucky's is just that Bucky's is pretty good. Bucky's is pretty good. But y'all don't mind me. I done kind of went off topic now. I'm just saying because listen, I've never been to Bucky's until these last couple days. And yeah, let's just say it's expensive. It's an expensive place, but I can tell you off top that I would definitely be broke if I keep going there. Definitely be broke if I keep going there. Definitely be broke. Cause it just has everything almost, man. Like pretty broke. But it's expensive. I think the sandwich was like $8 or something like that. 8, $10. I don't remember. It was just expensive. I was spending like $20 a piece. $20, $25 there. It was like another $7. Real good food. Real good food. All right, so just to kind of go back to the original question, if anybody remembers, we started up big live streams asking where can you go legally? Because I have a police officer next to me. Legally, legally, where can I go to make $100, $200 today, right now? Where can I go? What can I do? And you tell me I can do drop shipping, that is a lie. You got you gotta have a store, you gotta have money, you gotta have a lot of stuff in place. You gotta have know-how, what product works, what product doesn't work. It is not just I'm gonna put money into my store. I'm gonna put money in advertising and I'm gonna make $100, $200. It is not that. So where can I go legally right now today with the normal resources that I have and make $100, $200? Nobody still has answered that question. It is not driving a truck. You gotta have a CDL. It is not being a lawyer. Obviously, you gotta go to law school. It's not being a doctor. Obviously, you gotta go to med school. Where can I go today and make $100, $200 right now? No wait, in the next 5 hours, 6 hours. Nobody seems to answer this question. Is this a very realistic question? If you needed $100, $200 right now with everything that you would be expected to have, where can you go right now to get $100, $200? Again, I gave the premise of very simply, most Americans, the average American makes between 30 and $50,000. I also said the average American, again, average American has a vehicle. Even if you don't have a vehicle, I don't have a vehicle. Rent. So the average American makes between 30 and 50K. Okay, see, now we talking. Now we talking. See, shout out to you guys. Neon says you can go to the sperm bank and the blood banks. Shout out to Neon. Okay. Yeah, Neon also says you got plasma donation, easily gets that. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool, 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 cool. So you can make 100 and 200, it's 100 and 200, Yeah. I respect that. Respect that. Raspberry says you can go to Amazon. Yeah, you got to get hired. There's a process. It won't be today. And down here, down south, there's no job openings. So, So I respect the answer. Yeah, if you can get on with Amazon. But that's what I'm saying is like right now, today, like no wait time, you can get paid by the end of today. That's more so what I'm referring to. That's why I was saying earlier, there's a process. So yeah, obviously you got to go through the interview, you got to get your documents, yada yada yada. Then you come back. I used to work for Amazon, so yeah, it's not as quick as you think. It's quick. So right now, the best answer that we've gotten so far has been, and I'm just charging, making sure that we on the charger. So right now, the best answer that we've gotten so far has been go donate plasma, go donate blood, donate some sperm. For women, I guess you could donate your eggs or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's the best answer that we've gotten. Now, yes, that's very true. Labor ready work. Okay, okay. All right, I respect that. I'm labor ready. Yeah. I don't know about 200 though. I don't know about it. If you gonna make $200 in a, I don't know about that. That's you guys don't know what labor ready work is. It's like the people that be at Home Depot. That's one of the options. Or you go to the office and they kind of like disperse you. Labor ready is like I forget if they're actually a company, but they disperse you to job sites. So it's similar to what the people do at Home Depot. You know when you go to Home Depot, it just be like a group of people just standing there, and you could just take anyone and be like, "Hey, I need you to build my back house, or I need you to do this." So that's what labor ready is, but it's more corporate, I guess, kind of, sort of. I mean, everybody that does that you got to know skills, but like I said, I respect that. I respect that. Labor ready is pretty good. Labor ready, you came in hot. You came in hot. Neil says nothing will beat rideshare in Atlanta. I did 300 last Saturday. Come on, flex on them. Flex on them. Flex on them. I mean, that's kind of what I was leading up to. So, okay, so the reason why I gotta respect the answers. You can donate blood, but you can't donate blood every single day, obviously. You can't donate blood every single week. You can donate sperm. I mean, I don't know if that's healthy. Know about sperm requirement. And then you can donate blood and get a good amount. But I don't know if you can do that every single day. But hey, you gotta make it happen. Plasma, you definitely can't do that every single day. You can't do that every single month. I think the wait time is like 6 months or something like that. Sure, you can go to different plasma sites, but hey, after a while, you start risking your life. If you donate too much plasma in a short period of time, yeah, you risking your life. Yeah, that one is tough. I'm I don't know. I don't. I've never donated sperm, so you got me on that one. I haven't donated blood though. I definitely done plasma. Listen, there's been some times where I've been there, and that's a good idea. They don't pay as great anymore. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna respect it. That's actually a good answer. That's a really good answer. So now that we've established that you can donate blood, you just can't donate blood every single day to make 1,400, 2,000, 2,500. You just can't do it. It's only for a certain time frame. You're damn 1090. I mean, listen, man. Uh, I mean, I mean, listen, bro. That's actually a good one. I don't know if you want to do that every single day, but like, yeah, that's a good one. I did not think about that. Can you? I'm just like realistically, I didn't think about that one. Just imagine, like, you go to apply for a job. I mean, you go apply for an apartment, and they look at your 1099, and it's just like, I don't know if I don't know. That's a good one though. I don't know. Kind of like flabbergasted. That's actually a good one. I don't know the requirements for that. Might be the new side hustle. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's actually a good one because I know blood takes a while for you to recuperate. You know, I don't know about the sperm bank. Um, yes, yes, raspberry, but you gotta have the Obama phone. It's the same thing with drop shipping. Yeah, like you can't just average a possession. Most people have a car. That's most Americans, at least adult age, have especially down here in South Florida. Most people have a car here. This is why traffic is so horrible. Place like New York, okay, it might be a little bit different. Definitely might be a little bit different because the public transport is so much better in New York than it is down here. A place like Atlanta, I would assume. Again, I don't really know much about Atlanta. I think Neon can probably attest to this or not, but I would assume that the public transportation isn't as good in Atlanta. That's why the traffic is so bad. But assuming, I don't know. I know down here in South Florida, our transportation sucks. Our public transportation sucks. It sucks. So everybody generally has a car down here as an adult. Generally. Um, you know, see? Which is why the traffic is so bad. Like I said, the only place that I know that I can vouch for in terms of public transportation is New York. Because obviously they got the subway, they got the buses, but the buses have their own lane on the highway. Oh, it's beautiful. They got like a full like terminal for just the buses. Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I guess every place has like a place for the buses. But like it's like really official for the buses in New York. Like it's just different. Like imagine going to the airport for buses. That's what it's like in New York. They got a whole bus airport. Like it's like official. Like it's just yeah, it's nice. Their public transportation is next level. Yeah, talk about California. Steven's here. I don't know if he's still here, but Steven, I don't know. I would assume that California's public transportation isn't all that good because of the traffic, at least in certain places. My assumption is if you have really bad traffic like South Florida does, Atlanta does, it's because of the public transportation. New York is just an outlier. I think New York is just so small. It's just small. But the top four places in traffic are usually Miami, South Florida, Atlanta, New York, and California. I forget where in California, but I just know it's California. Usually, when you think about traffic, you think about those four spots. So I'm just saying, in normal, as an average American, at least, especially down here in South Florida, most people have a car. And if you don't have a car, you can rent one, like me. I rent one. It's expensive. When there's a will, a way. There's a way. I'm saying most people at least have a driver's license. So with just the basic stuff that you have, car, driver's license, you, your own person, you could turn on the and Lyft app and go make $100, $200. That's what I was kind of referring to when I was saying that. As opposed to jumping in a truck, you got to have a CDL. As opposed to being a doctor, a lawyer, you got to go through school. As opposed to drop shipping, you really need like $1,000 to $10,000 to 15. You need a lot of money in terms of advertising. I use my own license in terms of insurance. To be an insurance broker, you got a license. It's not a super hard process, but it's still you got to go through a process of getting your license and getting background checked and yada yada yada. There are convicted felons right in the Uber and Lyft platforms on the DoorDash profile form. There are pedophiles on the Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whatever. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm just saying there's illegal citizens on Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash. Say Uber, but when you talk, no, what I'm saying is that basically anybody can do Uber. That's what I'm leading up to. Basically, anybody can do Uber. Anybody can't. And when I use the example of making investments, you can take $1,000 and put it in the stock market. Mean you're gonna make $1,000. It more than likely means that you're gonna lose that $1,000. Trying to make $100 today, you're gonna lose more than $100. That's why, but it's an investment. Investments are risky. Now I gotta take my foot back. I gotta actually put my foot in my mouth because I didn't think about blood. I didn't think about donations. You can donate your blood today. You probably make, $50 to $100, especially if you do it a couple times today. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. You gotta obviously space it out. Make sure you take some rest and all of that stuff. But let's just say you were hard down on some cash today. You was like, I need to make $100. You could donate blood maybe like early in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, and then probably come back out in the evening. I don't know. You would have to go to different locations, obviously. If they don't caught on to that, if they communicate. I don't mean to get super deep into it, but yeah, that is an option. Um, You can donate plasma, same kind of concept, maybe early in the morning, afternoon, evening. Yeah, I gotta take a tip my hat off. You can definitely do sperm donation. Unless they get paid for that. But we just saying that's a good option. But it's only for today. Well, sperm, I guess you could do every. I don't know. I don't know the requirements for sperm. Like, just gonna lump it all together and say like you can't. I don't think you could do that every single day. I don't think that that's a solid way to pay all of your bills. It's a consistent way to pay all of your bills. Again, like I said, I haven't thought about that one. That's a good one. So when we say like, what can you legally do to make $100, $200 right now today with very little barrier to entry? There's no real barrier to entry. What if you needed $100, $200 right now? I gotta give it to the donation. I gotta give it to that because that's actually pretty. I didn't think about that. So we gonna just say outside of that, legally, what can you do? Because again, I'm still next to a police officer. I ain't trying to get beat up on stream. What can you legally do to make $100, $200 a day with just the basic stuff that most people have, most Americans have? It's really hard to say something something else than other than rideshare. It's really hard to say something else other than Uber and Lyft. But guarantee, Uber or Lyft, like Neon said earlier, he just made $300. Now I'm not saying you got to make $300, but it's guaranteed that if you put 5, 6 hours, 7 hours, okay, I know that's a long time. I get it. But it's guaranteed if you put 7 hours, I'm gonna say seven, let's say eight. Let's just make it eight. No, I'm pushing it. I know everybody's like, oh, that's a long time to do $100. If you needed $100, you put in 8 hours. I'm gonna say it's pretty hard not to guarantee that you can't make $100. It's pretty hard. Pretty hard. Legally. Anybody can do that. Again, I know that's a lot of time. Generally, we like to make $100 in 4 or 5 hours. This it's really hard to say that anybody can't just do that. There's no physical labor requirement. Yeah, you can make $100 in construction, but you're gonna be working. Shows the spine on my internet just to make sure. I don't know. Did it die? Did it die? Because if it died and I've just been talking to myself, that's kind of unfortunate. Real unfortunate if I've just been talking to myself. Nah, I'm still up. Nah, I'm still up. I'm still up. Because that's unfortunate. If I've just been talking to myself this whole time, it's still up. I changed my service too. I'm still up. But okay, so again, just referring to what Steven said, garage cleaning, window cleaning, gutter cleaning, um, that's an option, yes. It's physical labor. It's tough. You out in the sun. It's physical labor. It's physical labor. Would you want to do that over just sitting in your car? I'm just comparing the two. You know, that's physical labor. That's the same thing that I was saying with work ready. Work ready. Was it work ready? Work ready? No, I can't think of what that was. It was I want to say it was work ready. Um I'm sorry, I'm watching the police. Yeah, because the way the police be driving around this thing, the police that took off. I, yeah. So I am free. My bad, y'all. I just the way the police just kind of zooped on them out. Yeah, the way the police just zooped out. My bad. Yeah, I don't have a background, so I don't want you guys to be like, "Oh, you scared of?" No, no, no. I'm aware of the police. I'm very aware of the police. I've had a lot of experience. I used to work with the police, so you know, yeah, yeah. I used to work with the police, so it's not that I'm scared that it just nevertheless. So the point is, I started off this live stream with okay. So just to kind of recap everything, I started off this live stream with where can you go to get $100, $200 today with the basic stuff that most Americans have. Not saying that every American has a car. Most Americans at least have a driver's license. Most Americans, what I'm saying, most Americans have a smartphone. Most. Not every American has a smartphone. Just have a smartphone. Um, Started off this live stream. I said, where can you go to get $100 legally? Now, Nia gave some really good ideas. You can donate blood. You can donate plasma. You can also donate sperm. I didn't think about that. You know, but those donations outside of sperm. freeze some sperm. That's a good one. But generally with blood, you can't do that every single day, all day, every day. You just can't do that. Oh, I know the question is just how can you make $100, but then the obvious to that question is how can you do it consistently? Because if I could make $100 today, wouldn't I want to make $100 today? Wouldn't I want to make it tomorrow? Wouldn't I want to make it afterwards? That's the common sense thing. So where can you go to do it consistently? And like I said, I don't know about sperm donations. I'm not gonna say that I do. It's actually pretty good. I don't know about that. but you can't do that every single day. Yeah, and then you gotta go to different locations and all of that stuff. And if you're talking about plasma, I don't think you can do that every single day. You just say I don't think you can do it. It might be corrected, but I don't think you can do it. I don't think it's healthy for you to do it because that's tough. So you got that. Raspberry gave the example of work ready. So if you've ever gone to Home Depot and you see like the group of people that are just standing by Home Depot, what happens is if you needed like the back of your house done, if you needed your roof to be, you wanted to add a room to your house, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys are skilled in different areas. And so all you do is you pull up and you say, "Hey, which one of y'all can build a shed?" See, me. And you pick up the guys, you go get the supplies, and you let them go to work. That is what work ready is basically like, except it's more corporate. You're not sitting at Home Depot. You go into the office, sign up, sign your life away, and then they take you to the job site. They pick a certain amount of people, and then they take them to the job site. And you just go to work. And they pay you at the end. Now they do pay you in cash, but you go to work. Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. You don't know, but you go to work. You definitely go to work. It is not an easy job. Can you do that consistently? Yes. Do you want to do that consistently? Do you want to do that type of manual labor? If you want to do that type of manual labor, then obviously you could do construction, because construction is basically the same, similar types of work in the sense you're going to be working really hard. You do janitorial services or maintenance, that type of stuff. Yeah, that's hard labor. You doing hard labor. If you do work ready, anybody that's done work ready knows it's hard labor. It ain't easy. It ain't for the faint of heart. You ain't gonna find no pregnant woman going. I mean, they kind of sit them to the side, but like, it's not a job for a pregnant woman. I'm using that as an example, but because a pregnant woman can't really lift a whole lot of heavy stuff. They put her to the side. They really don't pick her, but so it's hard labor. That's hard labor. So is it consistent? Eh, eh. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it honest. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because obviously I'm an Uber driver. I do Uber, obviously do other gig apps too. I used to do Amazon Flex, used to do Walmart Spark. I do Lyft, I do DoorDash. The point is, when you talk about the gigs, especially Uber and Lyft, the only thing that I am doing that is labor intensive, I get myself in my car. That's labor intensive right there, right? I have to walk from the house to my car. It's pretty labor intensive, right? I have to sit in the car for 3, 4, 5 hours, 6 hours. I use the example of 7 hours. That's pretty labor intensive. And I'm driving. I'm turning the wheel and I'm watching the road. That's pretty labor intensive, right? Now, yes, it's a mental game because you're watching, you're paying attention to the cars, you're dealing with the elements. All that stuff plays a part. I'm not saying that like driving is the easiest thing in the world, but I'm just saying in terms of labor, when you go from construction to driving a vehicle all day, it's night and difference. It's a night and day difference. We'll take driving in an AC controlled car any day than being on a construction site any day. Okay, I respect that, Quinn. I respect you saying that construction is easier for you because, hey, you're probably athletic. You're in a really good shape. I'm saying for the average American, man, for me too. I'm saying for the average American. Listen, I used to love labor ready. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to love being on the construction site. It was pretty fun. Everybody's just kind of doing their thing. It's kind of cool. It's really cool. Like when you're on a construction site, you meet so many different people. Some people work, some people work slow. It's pretty cool. I'm not downplaying when I'm saying these things. I'm not downplaying the field. Construction was. I learned so much when I was doing construction. So much, so much. And when I did labor ready, you meet people from all over the world because a lot of them are foreigners and they just trying to make some money. Like I learned a lot. Like I have some really good friends that I met in labor ready. But downplay it. I'm not saying that hard work and manual labor, you can't do it. I'm just saying when you compare that to just sitting in your car all day, making $100, which one is more consistent? Which one can you do for longer periods? I mean, I guess sitting in your car isn't healthy. Yeah. So that standpoint, yes, you're right. I'm just trying to say which one is kind of sort of easier from a physical sense. From a physical sense, that universally more people can do. Pregnant woman at a job site, they kind of sit off to the side. They're not carrying the bricks. They ain't carrying they ain't really doing nothing. They're there, but they're not really doing much. Pregnant woman can sit in her car all day. Again, it's not healthy to sit in your car all day. You do want to take breaks, and maybe that'll be another video. You want to take, you only certain periods. You want to get exercise in. These are things that I had to be going through now because when you do sit in your car for all of those hours, you gain weight. It's common sense, but you definitely want to be healthy about it. But I'm just talking about in the basic sense. What is easier and what can the average American do right now today to make $100? Average American cannot do construction. Average American can't even, really won't really like being in that sun. I know I'm talking about lifting the bricks and stuff like that, but like, yeah, the average American ain't gonna get the easy job. I know. I was at the construction site. The easy jobs are for certain people. The ones that have the experience. You don't just get the easy jobs just because you signed up. You know what I'm saying? When you go to labor ready, anybody that's done labor ready, they just had to wake up 5 o'clock. Well, I think you leave off at 5 o'clock before you go to the job site. You can't do that stuff, man. Now the average American can donate blood. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know the requirements for sperm. So again, I can't say yay and nay, but I'm just saying, like, but the average American can sit in a car for 4 or 5 hours and make $100. It's at 7 hours. The average American can sit in a car for 7 hours and make $100. It's just the point of you got to do it. But yeah, Quinn says construction is easier for me. Shout out to Quinn. Yeah, Quinn is definitely in better shape than me. Quinn says he does Uber and Lyft full time right now, and I feel like shit after. Yeah, because you're sitting, you can't, you gotta, yeah, you gotta. Quinn, we both thinking the same thing. Quinn says, yeah, you're right. I'm in shape and feel like I have to move around. Exactly. It's not healthy. I'm not saying that it's healthy to sit on your behind for 7 hours. Never, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what's easier and what can the average American do. Forget the healthy. It's easier to tell somebody, hey, don't sit down. I mean, 7 hours because I want to make it universal. But really, you should be making $100 in about 4 or 5 hours. That's still a long time to be sitting on your butt. I get it. You gotta take breaks. You gotta, walk around, stretch, all of that stuff. But let's just keep it to normal. Would the average person say, I'm gonna sit down for 4 or 5 hours? Because we do it when we watch a movie. That's like 3 hours, 2, 3 hours. We do it when we laying down. We all sleep, I mean, about 6, 7 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you do that? Or would you want to go in the sun and do manual labor? Average person is gonna say no. Like I said, we always have outliers, and again, Quinn is definitely in much better shape than I am. And when I'm in good shape, no, I don't want to sit on my butt for all 6 hours. I want to sit on my butt now for 6 hours. I take breaks, I do different things, whatever. The point is, I'm just trying to keep it easy because everybody, when you watch YouTube videos about Uber, when you watch YouTube videos about Lyft, they are telling you that Uber and Lyft is dead. That's what they're telling you. Now, I can be a part of the problem because I will tell you right now that in my market here in South Florida, it is the off season. That is not saying that it's dead. It's just saying that it's slower than the busy season. If you feel like that is me saying the same thing as everybody else, I'm a part of the problem. I can raise my hand and say that. I do want you to understand that it does get a whole lot busier in our market. That's just a truthful statement. Can you still make $100 in my market? Yes. Yes. It may take you 5, 6 hours. You can definitely do it. Now, the reason why I inform everybody that it's slower in our market, because that is not the norm. The norm in my market here in South Florida is about 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, more like 4 hours. Yeah, 4 or 5 hours. We're gonna say between 4 and 5 hours. Because realistically, yeah, I make $25 an hour, just so you kind of get the understanding. $25 times 24. Well, what am I trying to do? Yeah, 20. I generally make $25 an hour. Yeah, I make a little bit more than that, but we just keeping it very simple. Okay. So that is normal for our market down here in South Florida. 25 to $30 an hour. It's normal. Right? Because it's the off season. There's still a million drivers. There's less demand. So it's a little bit less to get to that number. But now I'm making more like $20 an hour. Still good. Obviously, somebody's gonna say, but taxes, depreciation, yada yada yada. So I know somebody's gonna say that, but I'm just saying in the base sense, $20 an hour. 15 to $20 an hour is what we're making right now. The basic level. Which is still a lot better than a lot of the jobs outside of the people that say taxes, depreciation, yada yada yada. See, shout out to Jay Boy. Shout out to Jay. Jay says I'm at $50 on Lyft right now in under 3 hours, which is my point. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Even though I said I'm a part of the problem because I want you to understand that it's slower. Right now, Jay is at $50 in 3 hours. If it was busier, Jay would probably be at $100 in 3 hours. That's the difference. So shout out to Jay. Thank you for sharing that. And again, I am specifically talking about South Florida. I don't know what everybody else's market. Our market is based on tourism. So when there's no tourists, it's slower because then it means that these are locals that we picking up. And locals don't, like I said, most people here have a vehicle. So I said most. Not everybody got a vehicle. Most. And again, that's why I'm saying it's slower. It's not dead. It's not. You can't make any money because again, Jay just said he's at 50, so it's money. I'm just trying. I just want to make sure that people don't say, "Well, man, but I've been out here for 5 hours and I'm only at $50." Congratulations. Welcome to the off season. Now do that same thing during our busy season. You don't see the difference, just like I keep telling everybody. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. No, but if you're saying that I'm a part of the problem because I'm letting you know that there's a thing called seasons, then I raise my hand and I am a part of the problem. But I am still telling you that you can make money today. You can make $100 today, regardless of if it's in season or out of season. You can still make $100 in 7 hours. Jay just told you he's only at 3 hours and he's already at $50. But realistically, you probably can make, he should be able to make that if he keeps the same pace up. What, that's 6 hours? He should be at 100. So by 7 hours, he should be at what, 125? If he keeps that same pace up. So what, at 8 hours? I don't know. Let's do the math. If he keeps this pace up, right? 3 hours at $50, right? So 6 hours at 100. Where am I at? 9 hours at a 150, right? So we talking about 12 hours to do 200. Okay, that's a lot of hours. Yeah, respectfully. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I got a phone call. That is the point of it being the off season to the slow season. That's the reason why I'm telling you it's the off season. Off season, you put a couple more hours than you used to make the same amount of money because it's the off season. During the busy season, you don't have to put as many hours because it's busier. That's common sense. It's just like if you take peak time at your job. Peak time for your job, they offer a lot more overtime than they do when it's not peak time because there's more money to be made. Does that make sense? But that does not mean that it's dead. That does not mean that you can't Uber and Lyft have just died. Just to kind of wrap it up, Uber is a multi-billion dollar company. They did not just die. They're still doing transactions today. Still doing transactions. So you kind of got to look at it like this. Do you want to be a part of the people that are making money? Like Neon, he made $300 on Saturday. Did he have to do that? No, but he went out there and got his money. Do you want to be like Jay? He's already up $50. Or do you want to be a person, and again, not saying it like that, but do you want to be a person that's complaining? You want to be a person that has your bills hitting your bank account and it's saying decline because you ain't got no money there. I don't mean to laugh, but like, do you want to be a person that got, you can't pay your credit card, you can't do that? That's what happens when you don't have money coming in. Things can't get paid. You can't go out. You can't go to nice restaurants. You can't buy groceries. You can't give money out because money has to come in. So legally, you have a couple options. Hope this stream has given you a couple options. I'm always trying to be very straightforward and honest because I am a person. If I needed $100, shout out to Dion. I could absolutely go and donate blood, donate some sperm. I definitely could do those options. Yeah. But if I needed $100 consistently, I can absolutely do. I can go work construction. You know, I could definitely do that. Shout out to Quinn. I could do some construction. Shout out to Raspberry. She said that you could go do labor ready. I could do that. That's real intensive though. That's real like intensive work. I don't know if I really want to be really intensive work. If you don't want to do intensive work and you just want to use the basic tools that most people probably already have, which is a cell and a driving license, because yeah, you might be like, I don't want to put the mileage on my vehicle. Cool. It- It's more expensive. It's more expensive. As I've always said, it's way more expensive. But if you don't want to put the mileage on your vehicle or you don't have a vehicle, unfortunately, that's the route that you got to go. Or you can follow the advice of some people and go get you a beater car for 4 or 5 grand. But just know you're going to have to fix the beater car because it's a beater car. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. You got options there. You got options there, but if you needed to make $100 consistently every day, right? Especially in South Florida. Shout out to Neon. Shout out to everybody that's trying. Steven, these guys, all of these people are saying how their markets are. You can still make $100. Right now, I'm at $40 for 3 hours of work. Started at 7. I got on the live stream at 10. Yeah, I've been on the live stream for a little bit. So yeah, I started at 7. I worked to 10, and I was at what, $40, $44 to be exact. I had a $20 tip, and I made 20 something dollars, $22 on the app, and then I got on the live stream. So I'm already at $50, almost $50. You can round it off. Well, really, that ain't rounded off, but you get the point. You get the point. Already close to $50. Put in another 3 hours, I should be at $100. Now you guys know my goal is not just $100. I like to make $200. Okay, so I got a couple more hours to put in. I definitely got a couple more hours to put in. But regardless, I can do that today, just like I did yesterday, and the day before, and the day before. It's consistent. All I am doing is sitting in my car. Now, yes, as a shout out again, shout out to Quinn because it's not healthy. So you do need to take breaks. Recommend everybody take a break every hour to 2 hours. Really, every hour. You want to get out of your car, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, get you some water. You want to be drinking water. Now, I'm not a health professional, so I'm not going to go too deep into that, but you definitely want to be healthy. Sitting on your behind for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours is not a good thing. But you can make money in 7 hours in general of you being on the app. That's definitely here in South Florida. Definitely here in South Florida. As you see, Had you seen Neon is telling you that he makes between $20 and $30 right now? It's slower in Atlanta. Slower, not dead. This is a live example. Jay just told you he made $50 on Live. Live examples. We all in different places right now. Different places. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. You got different places. So again, how is Uber and Lyft dead if being in different spots, we all are still making money? How can it be dead? Y'all tell me. It's not. So I always use this as the ultimate example. This is an opportunity. This is not a career field. It's an opportunity to get yourself out of whatever predicament you put yourself in. Because we all make mistakes. I did because I was going through issues with my significant other. I made some bad choices. It's okay. Life goes on. So I had to dig myself out. And this is the way that I'm digging myself out. Go to work. By the way, I still have the freedom to turn the app on whenever I want. So I set my own schedule. Hey, I have the freedom to cash out whenever I want. So I don't have to work to the 1st and the 15th. Oh, by the way, I'm driving my vehicle. So, I mean, I can play whatever music I want to. I have my headphones in. I can listen to whatever I want to. I don't have a boss over my shoulder. There's nobody there. I don't have to stay in this area. I know this isn't, everybody doesn't have this situation. I'm literally coming from Orlando, Florida. I came in last night to Orlando, Florida. I'm getting ready to leave the state of Florida and go out to Texas. You have the freedom of working wherever you want. Wherever you want. There is no boss that says, hey, you can come to this job site. My job site is wherever I turn on my app. Well, there is a process if you go out of your state. I want to make it seem like that. So for me to be able to go to Texas or California or whatever, there's a process that I gotta follow. Might take a week, might take 2 weeks. The point is, you go though. You go. I just gotta start the process. So you have the freedom. Again, I'm not telling you you should do Uber, but I am telling you that you can make money through Uber, and it is not dead. Because again, if you need it, it's an opportunity for you to get it. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling you change your whole life, make this a career, none of that stuff. Use the opportunity to get to a better position. Use the opportunity to pay bills. Using the opportunity to pay my student loans because, listen, if y'all knew how much I had to pay for my damn student loans, hey, yeah, listen, hey, the government don't play. Again, it's financial choices. That was, I thought it was a good, I followed the advice of whatever. Now it's a bad financial choice because I didn't really, yeah. It is what it is. Life goes on. So you use the opportunities that you have. There's no real barrier to entry because, as I said earlier, there are convicted felons, there's pedophiles, there's types of people on this app. Which is also why, if you jump in a car, if you take Ubers like I do, and you get in a car with an Uber driver, you probably don't want to sell out to that Uber driver because you don't know what they got going on. I'm just, yeah. You'll be surprised. They might have on an ankle monitor, they might. You start selling out to that Uber driver. If you ever hear the words, I ain't scared to go back, I personally wouldn't trash to that person. Personally. And listen, that's gonna be my best friend until the end of that ride. Oh yeah? Damn, that's what's up, bro. Hey, bro, well, shout out to you, bro, 'cause you out, man. You doing your thing, dog. Yeah, man. You got any business plans going on? Bro? You gotta support your business, dog. That's what's up. Hey, bro, man, what's crazy? Once I'm out of the car, I'm going, dude, I'm going this way. I'm just saying, there are a lot of people on this platform. Yeah, a lot of people on this platform. So if you're not on the platform, if you're not making money from the platform, and you're complaining about your situation, that's crazy. And you could be changing it. It's nothing special. I do nothing special. Now, Neon might be special because he's doing like $20 to $30 right now. So shout out to Neon. Steve is definitely special because Steve is smart. Don't do nothing special. Ultimately, you got to have a strategy. That's the way, use a strategy while you're on the platform. That's how you make the higher numbers. So I hope all of that makes sense. I hope all of that. I hope it gives you motivation because listen, we can change our situations. If all it takes is $100, $200 every single day, and then guess what you can do? You can go work your regular job. You go be with your family. You can go do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a realistic thing. I started doing Uber because I wanted freedom from my corporate position. I didn't want to hear, oh, you gotta turn in your KPIs on Friday. I had to turn in my KPIs on Friday. You know what you can do with your KPIs? I didn't want to hear that no more. Listen to me. So I got out of it. I got out of it. I'm not saying that that's everybody's situation, Got out of it. I was just tired. I wanted my freedom. I got tired of them telling me what hours I work, what hours I don't work. I was a floater because when you're good at your job, they start taking you and putting you in different positions. No, I'm good. I signed up for this location for a reason. But it's in your contract. You said when you got hired that you. No, I mean, listen, man. It's like 2 years ago, man. Things changed. Well, you said it in your contract. That was my situation. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I did. I did. All right. So how about this? Stay. Y'all have a good one though. Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. Everybody has a different. What I'm saying is, everybody has a different reason for why they do Uber. We all got different lives. We all got different circumstances that have led us right here to this point today. But we all have different responsibilities. Some of us have kids. Some of us got a significant other. Some of us don't. Some of us just made bad financial choices. Some of us made good financial choices. Regardless, we're all here. That's the fun part. We're all here. Maybe you need just a couple extra dollars to be able to go on that vacation. So you can go on that cruise. Well, why are you playing games? Let's get out here and make this money. See you on the cruise. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need a couple extra dollars so you can get to that house that you've been trying to get to. Man, what you playing games for? There's no barrier to entry like that. You know what I'm saying? We all got a cell phone. We all got a driver's license. Yeah. You don't got a car? Unfortunately, it's gonna be more expensive. Let's make it happen. Gotta be that comes into play where you say you gotta spend money to make money, right? So my channel is all about how I rent my vehicle to make 1,000, 2,000. I'm trying to get to 3,000. Trying to get to 3,000 because I'm tired of some of the guys in my group getting so close to them. So right now, if you're in need of a community, of a Telegram community, we talk trash to each other. It's friendly. It's friendly competition. Just telling y'all, it's friendly competition. Right now, SUV life, because they all got SUVs. They've been talking to us in the Teslas. They've been talking to us in the Teslas because they've been saying that SUVs make more money than the Teslas. Mm. It's still in my Tesla, my little Model 3, and I've been telling them, don't make nobody. I don't make that much money, man. So they've been talking trash. Yeah, it's friendly competition. Friendly competition. So right now, SUV life is winning. It's okay. It's okay. I'm kind of taking a step back for the summer because I'm all about work hard when it's busy, chill when it's not. So right now it ain't that busy, so I'm chilling. I'm chilling. They just don't know come when it's busy time, when it's busy season. Y'all gonna see it all. All y'all gonna see it because I'm gonna start posting more videos about my numbers. Listen, 3, 4, $600 day is coming. So SUV life really gonna do. I really don't think SUV life gonna do $600 days every single day. So, yeah, I'll be the person to say it, but they're gonna have to do all of that maintenance and stuff. So I'm gonna challenge them. Because listen, this year, I'm going to hit 3K in a week. I'm just telling y'all, that's what I'm going for. But yeah, SUV life. So right now, we got Tesla life against SUV life. It don't make sense because you're not in the group. But if you was in the group, it would make sense. We talking trash against each other, but that's a good thing. Ultimately, no, it doesn't matter. We our individual bank accounts. We all need to make the money that we make for our bills and our families. So it's not like that. We just trash talking each other. That's all. So so yeah, I just want to say shout out to Jay. Jay said he's now at $75. So not even that, man, $75. Can you beat that? I don't. I know I said it was gonna take him seven hours to get to 100, but like it, it's like he's balling. Neon said, "Learn the rules of your market, and you will be working for $10 an hour, or you'll be working for $10 an hour." Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's why I tell everybody, learn your market. That is the biggest thing that you could do. So you can turn on your app, make $100 today. Cool. You make your $100 today. When you get tomorrow, try to be a little bit more efficient. So that way you don't have to work 7 hours to make $100. Tomorrow, it may take 6 hours. And then the next day it may take 5 hours. But again, it's the slower season. So we just talking about in general. But like, yeah, Jay is at $75. And he hit 4 hours yet. So it can be done. It can absolutely be done. Absolutely can be done. But that's where the strategy plays a part. Learning the strategy. So my little simple old strategy, like I said, you can listen to anybody else that's talking. My little simple strategy is I want to be paid $25 an hour. I take rides when I see the offer. If it's gonna take me 16 minutes to complete the ride, divided by two, which means it's $8 is what I want to be paid. Damn, this offer came in at 30 to 30 minutes. It's gonna take 30 minutes to complete this ride. Divided by two, I want to be paid $15 for that offer. If I'm not being paid $15, I decline. That's it. That's my simple old strategy. Everybody has their own way of working. This is how I do it. Neon says Model 3 is consistent, reliable. I watch the SUV guys spend 5K on maintenance. Yeah, we gonna go head to head. We gonna definitely go head to head. We are definitely going head to head during the busy season because that's what. So a lot of the guys in the Telegram group have switched over to SUVs. I mean, there's still a couple of us that's in the Teslas. They have switched over to SUVs. They have also, well, some of them have bought their own vehicles. Some of them, you know, whatever. Eh, but they switched over to SUVs. So my goal during the busy season is to go toe to toe with them because they get one more category, two more categories than I get. So they get Premier SUV and they get Lyft Black SUV. Now, make no mistake, I will tell you all day and every day the South Florida market, Florida as a whole, I think there's a meme going around or somebody released something that South Florida as a whole, in terms of rates, we are paid I think we're the cheapest market that you can get Uber in terms of comparing it to other markets. I think there's a meme going around. I don't know how much truth there is to that because obviously Uber doesn't release that information. But I can tell you, we got some crazy offers. Especially when I was up in Orlando, we got some crazy offers. I will not lie to you and tell you any different. But, you know, I will tell you one thing that I've always heard the opposite when you talk about Lyft Black SUV. So on Lyft, if you get a Lyft Black SUV ride, I've heard that it's some of the best in the nation. Again, I don't know because I drive a Model 3, an SUV. But these are just things that I've heard. So I would assume that they should be able to kick my butt. It's the exciting part. It's a competition. I'm challenging them out the jump. Off the jump. Because yeah, this year I'm trying to hit 3K a week. I'm trying to do a 3K week. I've never done it, but that's the goal. That's the goal. 3K in 1 week. Never done that. Of course I've done 2,000, but yeah, I've never done 3K. But my SUV life guys, they come close to it. So I gotta kind of, what I'm saying? I gotta kind of like hit that mark and show them, but they no, realistically, they really need it because of all of the maintenance that they do. Um, for me, I don't need it in terms of maintenance, but you know, that's the exciting part. That's the exciting part of what I'm thinking because if I hit it and they hit it, it'll be really cool to compare. Okay, so I hit it, but I don't have any maintenance. Obviously, I mean, I guess my charging compared to what they have to do to hit it. It'd be really exciting to compare it. Just interesting for people that are in the market. You know, that's more so what I mean. It's a very interesting thing because a lot of Tesla guys, a ton of Tesla guys that hit that high. From wait, hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Uh, yeah. Can you hear me now? I was getting a phone call. I know. Angry. The wordy text message coming soon. So forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Slowly worded text messages coming soon. But yeah, so that's the ultimate goal. But I am still trying to go to other places because I'm excited, man. I am definitely outside of the challenge that we got. SUV life against Tesla gang, which I believe Tesla gang is still gonna win. You know, Tesla gang, Tesla strong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, outside of that, I definitely want to go to Texas. I definitely want to go to the Carolinas. I definitely want to try a couple other places. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure them out. But I know I'm definitely going to Texas and I'm definitely going to the Carolinas. Um, got to see some friends there. Got to see some people. Definitely got to see some people there. So, and then yeah, we definitely gonna get on the road because this next month is my birthday month. So I'm definitely leaving Florida for my birthday month. Definitely leaving for my birthday month. I want to travel, but this is also why I keep saying this is an opportunity. You know, there's no restraints. Obviously, if you got kids, if you got a family, that type of thing. But think of it as a work vacation. You know, we say vacation all the time when when you talk about like spending that time with your significant other or something like that. It's a workcation. Work in a different area, enjoy the market, come back richer. That's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, with that being said, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. If you got any questions, any comments, definitely leave them below. Um, Obviously, if you're not a part of the Telegram group, download the app Telegram. It's in the App Store. And hit the link in the description. Be a part of the community so you can see SUV Life take on. Well, really, you can see Tesla gang demolish SUV Life. You can really see that. Um, yeah, because it's gonna be pretty fun. Because yeah, SUV Life is kind of flaunting and they kind of flexing and stuff. It's like, all right, sound good. Sound good. That's a gang right now has been quiet. So, but if you want to see that, we trash talk each other or whatever. But if you're not a part of a community, you should definitely be a part of a community. Definitely. Yeah. Um, yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. There will be a video tonight. I don't know what it's about. Definitely, I know I'm gonna make a video 'cause I need to, but I don't know what it's about. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna get back in the habit. I say this like once every month. Uh, I get back in the habit of making videos. I kind of took my foot off the gas. And it's hard to get that momentum back, but we definitely gonna get back there. Definitely gonna get back there. But yeah, so see you guys later. I love it, each and every single one of y'all. Hope that you make a lot of money today. Hope it's a really good day for you. All right, deuces.